Hello everyone and happy Friday. What a crazy weekend here in Denver for the weather. I am going to LA for the weekend for a workshop. I will be at the Westin and presenting to 300 people about rapid mental healing for veterans.org. The top thing to know today in the cannabis and psychedelics news. We really need to make this happen on the federal and state level. Here we go. The federal clemency process is in dire need of reform, Democratic lawmakers urged at a congressional hearing on Thursday. Streamlining the way applications for pardons and commutations are considered, they said, could help address mass incarceration caused by punitive policies like the war on drugs and allow more Americans access to jobs, housing and education. Do you want to lower the crime rate? Yay, well then a start would be to remove all felonies for simple drug possession. The Delaware House of Representatives narrowly failed to provide the required supermajority support needed to pass a bill to legalize and regulate marijuana sales. But a procedural move by the sponsor means it can be reconsidered at a later date. Separate legislation to simply legalize cannabis possession is already on the governor's desk. Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Robert Califf admitted at a House hearing that his agency has been slow to regulate CBD products, but suggested that Congress may need to act first. He also faced questions from lawmakers about kratom. The Louisiana House Labor and Industrial Relations Committee approved a bill to provide workplace protections for state employees who have medical cannabis recommendations. The King County, Washington Council voted to create a cannabis safety task force amid a wave of deadly robberies against marijuana businesses. David Letterman told Kevin Durant about the time he got so high on marijuana before a baseball game that he became fixated on the pitcher's mound and doesn't even remember who won. Wow, that guy is standing on a mound of dirt. Whoa. It's actually a mound of dirt. The Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division is being asked by Delaware State University to investigate Georgia police over a drug search they conducted against a bus carrying the school's women's lacrosse team. National Institute on Drug Abuse Director Nora Volkov spoke about applying public health lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic to substance misuse issues. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, appeared to dismiss a question about progress on finalizing his federal marijuana legalization bill. Senator Jackie Rosen, DNV, tweeted, "The hashtag Safe Banking Act would, checkbox, help small cannabis businesses, checkbox, support innovation, checkbox, create jobs, checkbox, strengthen public safety. That's why I'm leading efforts in the Senate to keep this bipartisan bill in the final competitiveness package." Michigan Democratic congressional candidate Adam Hollier, currently a state senator, tweeted, "In Michigan, I work to fund the Clean Slate package to allow for automatic marijuana conviction expungement. When I get to Congress, I will work on legislation to legalize marijuana and expunge records nationwide." Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, D., said he is disappointed that Senate Republicans blocked a vote on a marijuana legalization bill. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf, D., tweeted, "As you can see, Pennsylvania is falling behind. Legalized marijuana is what the majority of Pennsylvanians want, plus it keeps revenue here. Tell the legislature to send a bill to my desk so we can hashtag legalize it." Missouri's Secretary of State said he will not use random sampling to verify signatures for a marijuana legalization initiative in another measure, and will instead use the traditional method of line-by-line checking of petitions by local election officials. Washington State's treasurer tweeted, "It's imperative that Congress act now to allow the legal and regulated cannabis industry in states across the country to access safe banking." Nebraska activists are piloting a paid signature drive to qualify 2 medical cannabis ballot initiatives. The Louisiana Senate Transportation Committee advanced legislation to ban smoking or vaping marijuana in motor vehicles. A Connecticut senator who voted against a marijuana legalization bill said he is concerned that large businesses will control the market and shut out people of color. The Colorado Supreme Court declined to take up cases on evidence found by drug-sniffing dogs in the wake of marijuana legalization. North Dakota regulators filed amended medical cannabis rules. New York regulators approved 58 additional recreational cannabis cultivation licenses. Illinois regulators began issuing new craft cannabis cultivation licenses. Oklahoma regulators released updated medical cannabis licensing and revenue data. Nevada regulators will consider marijuana business issues on Tuesday. There we go. That's the news today for May 20th, 2022. It's 4:20 somewhere. What are you smoking? Thank you everyone for watching. Have a great weekend. Video by my420spot.com